Hello, and welcome to this collective reading. This is E-Star Tarot, and today we're doing a collective reading to see what does the spirits need to tell us about Lionsgate, what we need to expect, what we need to prepare for Lionsgate, or just generally what Spirit wants to tell us about Lionsgate this year. What can we expect? So yeah, let's just get right into it. Sorry, that's a little loud. Sometimes I kind of slam the cards. Let's see here. What does the collective need to know? Is it this one? Okay. Anything else? Oh, okay. Got this one. And, well, we'll just leave that for now. Okay. And we'll also get, in case you were curious, I've got a piece of Orgonite with me today. I just felt like putting it here. I don't know if you know what Orgonite is, but it's where there's quartz crystals and different types of metals, mainly copper, used in a specific configuration. You can kind of see it there on camera a little bit, but they're all bundled together in a certain way to give out an energy. I'm trying to remember. Wilhelm Reich, I think, was the man who first coined the term for orgone energy. But if that's something that resonates with you, then you know this meeting might be meant for you. And yeah, let's go on with this. So, what does Spirit want to tell us about Lionsgate? What does we need to know for the highest and greatest good of all? I think that's the card there. Okay. Take a card from Ostara. What does Spirit want to tell us? Tell the collective about Lionsgate. What can we expect? This one. Okay. Take a moon card. An ology deck. Oh, okay. It's just the card on top there. This one as well. Okay. Let's just go with it. And I'm going to take a lot of cards today, actually. I'm just feeling it. Feeling crystals as well. Oh, well, this one stuck in my hand and this one came out, so we're taking both. And I'll get an angel card for some guidance. It is awfully warm today. I'm getting very hot all of a sudden. I don't know about you, but it's for us it's a very humid day here where I'm at. Yeah, it's just but I feel kind of like it's something to do with this reading because I'm just all of a sudden getting so hot. Yeah, maybe there's something about that. Maybe it's gonna get heated. Actually, it's kind of what I'm sensing. Maybe there's gonna be an argument. There could be arguments, but I think there might be good arguments. Like you're in a good energy and that might ruffle some feathers. Something like that. Oh. Well, we're going to take Kairos as a card. Ooh. I don't know. I got 3 together like that and I kind of want to keep them, but let's just go for it. You know what? If you feel that impulse, just go with it. So I say. So it's probably meant to be. I need one of those little like desk rollers or something to keep all my decks organized. Okay, so let's start with tarot cards here and see what is going on for Lionsgate. Reversed moon. Oh my. Okay. Let's see here. 4 wands. Okay. First moon. I think I picked these cards upside down, so I'm just going to go with that. Because I kind of turned them around, so now I'm thinking maybe I did that. Let's see here. 6 of Swords, 9 of Wands, and 10 of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. All right. So We were talking kind of about arguments and people maybe not being happy about your energy. And so I think that's, what this moon card is symbolizing, because the moon can talk about hidden enemies. And I think that's sort of what's going on here, or there's something in the unconscious that has not been addressed till now, but it's coming up because of Lionsgate, or it's just coincidence. But I mean, nothing's really a coincidence here, but I think it's all, everything kind of works together, right? And Four of Wands, to do with home and your stability. I just believe that what I'm seeing here is you are moving away from toxic relationships, toxic energies. You're changing who you are. You're changing into a new person almost, because you're moving on from things that are no longer serving you, and you've been in it a long time, and it's caused a lot of wounds and defensiveness, and just it's not a bad thing because you needed to go through it in a way, but you're finally moving on from it, because here at the Ten of Pentacles, that's where you're headed. And I get Four of Wands as well, but I think you've been in a different Four of Wands for a long time, and it wasn't necessarily all bad, but you have to kind of move away from that now. I think that's what makes it hard, actually, because there is a relationship that is part of this moon energy that it's really hard to let go of. But I think you have to receive the Ten of Pentacles. But I think also, I don't get the sense that you're not going to do that. I actually think you're headed straight there right now, and nothing is going to stop you from that. And that's just the Lionsgate energy right now. It's not like, Lionsgate is not like you're going to miss it, it's building up, or has been building up for a while. It's kind of like, it's just a date with timing, but I think you're going to go through it very easily. Yeah. Eclipse in Gemini, negotiation, rise to challenges as new paths open. Okay, yeah. So yeah, a new path is opening up for you. And this negotiation, and you're seeing a family here with a kid, and they're going on a hike, but they're also coming to a fork in the road. So I really get that sense with the Four of Wands here is about that. You got to decide, maybe there isn't really a decision. I think you already have decided. It's an eclipse moment. I think and it's 27/9. Is what it breaks down to. So almost, nines are like almost complete, right? Like Nine of Wands, almost done. Oh yeah, but there's a heavy energy in my heart. So I feel like, this is really, it's not, you were in a tough place before, and that's why you're leaving now, because you've recognized that it's time to move on. But that doesn't change the fact that this is incredibly difficult. Yeah, I think, that's the challenge of Lionsgate right now, is that you've just got to hold on to knowing what you really want and sticking with it. Not falling back into old patterns. I think the best way to do that is probably just to meditate on what you want, journal your feelings so you understand your feelings, so you know where you're at, check in with yourself. Make sure that you are making the choices that you really want. Ancestral lands. Within your roots, you will find the truest form of magic, which belongs to the essence of who you are and who you will become. Yeah, so remember we talked about you're becoming a new person? This is you, and this is card number 1. You're starting a new journey, and you're like becoming a new person almost, because you're letting go of everything that was kind of attached to who you were before. And it's hard, but it's not a bad thing. It's what's necessary. I think you don't have anything to fear, because if you feel like you're having a loss, like everything is ending for you, it's not. It's actually going to unlock a lot for you. Oh gosh, a fiery climax approaches. So yes, this is the moment. Remember we talked about arguments? This could be referring to that Aries, anger, war. This could be all of that. Yeah, so I feel like, fiery climax approaches. So, yeah, you might have to stand your ground in this. Like this might be a difficult thing to let go of. Like there might be someone here that's kind of not going to let you go easy, if that makes sense. But I don't think it's like a malicious thing. Although if that is the case, it's important to seek support when you're dealing with people that make you feel unsafe. But I think for you, it's more to do with the heart. Like this person pulls on your heartstrings, and that's more what the challenge is overcoming your heart and your empathy that's holding you back versus what this person is necessarily doing. I think it's you have an attachment that is coming out now. It's coming. Yeah, expect powerful change, right? I think you just got to let it go, and that's the challenge, not necessarily anything chaotic that's going to suddenly turn up for you. I think it's going to be more to do with you just releasing it and realizing everything is okay. It's not going to be anything bad happening to you because of that. So don't be afraid. Yeah, raw morganite. Ooh, so beautiful, right? Morganite. And I want to check out the other crystal, obsidian. Obsidian for grounding, for sure. I think it's just, and I feel, this could be a hard energy with raw morganite. So 10, 12. The numbers are 46 and 39, but they collapse to the 10 and the 12. So, let me just see here. Maybe I can pull out my, where would that be now? Yeah, I think I want to just take a look in the book for raw morganite. There's just so many crystals, my gosh. You can't always keep them all straight. Okay, here we go. Sensitivity, gentleness, empathy, compassion. The gift of vulnerability, self-forgiveness. Okay, yeah. So this is when I just talked about it being more about you having a lot of empathy in your heart, and that's what's making it so difficult. And this person also maybe on their energy end is pulling on your heart, but which might be something they're intentionally doing or not. But either way, it's to do with your heart. And you are a very sensitive, empathetic, compassionate person. You're very loving, and you don't want to see anybody hurt. You don't want to hurt anybody, even if you're the one that has to be hurt in order to do that. And it's just really, it's a great, it's okay to want to do that, but at the end of the day, there's going to be people that take advantage of that if you're not careful. And I think you've been with someone like that for a long time, and you're picking up on this. You're realizing that you just can't keep it up and you have to move on. Yeah. I'm just looking at a card here. It says to embrace the gentleness and vulnerability. So I think maybe, and it's talking about here also, you don't have to engage in battles that serve no one. You are able to handle whatever dramas are in front of you right now. And your sensitivity will serve you. So I think, yes, it has been part of the way maybe this other person has held on to you, but actually it's your grand power. It's the thing that's making you such a person that, you're not going to have to worry about other people coming into your life. Because I think maybe you're holding on because you're afraid to lose them and afraid no one will come in that will be the same. But that's not true. That's not going to be the case. You're going to have other people coming in your life. Look at this 10 of Pentacles. I think even like you could be attracting family and love into your life, you know, because sometimes we have found family as opposed to our main family, right? So that could be what it is. So I'm sitting here, I'm just looking at what's written. It's talking a bit about knowing yourself, know thyself. And I think that's really important in the case of knowing our heart. And when someone is not treating us with respect or making us feel good, sometimes people aren't even disrespecting us or doing anything technically wrong, but like sometimes their energy is just bad for us. And we don't know how to reconcile that. When we have a relationship with them, we don't want to necessarily lose, but we can't deny the truth either. I think there's something important written here. Yeah, as you ponder what you wish to change, love the one you're with, you. Love yourself in all your complexity, knowing that whatever strengths you need are present, and Obsidian Spirit is here to amplify them through the power of self-awareness. Yeah, so it really comes down to you. It really does, because I don't think this person has that power over you to make you do this or that. I think, and if they're trying to, it's an illusion. It's not real. They can't do that to you. They can't control you. And that's what the Lion's Gate is about. You're moving past this control, past this maybe emotional manipulation, maybe love manipulation even. I think you're going, and you're opening up your heart, you're being raw. So, yeah, let's get some more cards here actually, because I think angels would help a lot. Or courage, yeah. I remember because it flipped over. Courage. Yeah, courage is all you need to do. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. You don't have to, I think a long time ago, there was confusion for you. Or maybe up until now, there was just confusion for you about what was in your heart. What do I really want? I think maybe you had trouble making decisions about anything because your heart was in such, there's so much dissonance in your heart that you actually couldn't engage with what you wanted to know, even to choose things for yourself. You were so lost that, and that's what allowed people like this to come in that were maybe not the best for you. And maybe they weren't even bad, it's just they kind of hold you back. Like sometimes when we're with the same people forever, we don't grow. And not that they're bad people, but that's not good for us. Sometimes we have a destiny. Sometimes we have things we need to do. And if we block that by hanging on to someone, sometimes, the spirits will come in and change things. Body changes. Interesting. So maybe you've been going through some, it's not just like in your heart. I think your whole body has changed. It was what this is indicating, right? Maybe you've just gone through some health issues as well. Maybe these health issues made things more obvious to you as well. Were you maybe not taken care of like you should have been when you had a health issue, or perhaps you sorry, there's just a lot of rumbly cars, isn't there? Let's see, where was I saying? Yeah, so body changes. Body changes. I think also it's like upgrades too. I think your body physically has changed with you and your mentality. Like this has brought about such a change in you to have these realizations that are in your heart. Like, I don't really want to live this life. I want to live a different life, or I want to be with this other person and not this person that I've been with. I think it has affected your whole being. Like your whole body is changing on top of things. Where should I put this guy? Maybe I'll just sneak him in here. Yeah. So this is it's a bit off kilter reading, honestly, but it's okay. We'll just make it work. We'll lower these guys. Because now we got all that's left are these cards. And we saw the first one, I think it was Kairos. Yeah, Kairos. I get the sense that this is like your third eye. And that blue, oh, I'm thinking of Archangel Michael a lot, actually. Kairos. I have to look up in the book because I can't remember what that one was. Oh, the mirror. The mirror. Remember with Obsidian Pen, it was talking about you have to know thyself, look at yourself, see yourself. Yeah, this is, you got to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what do you want? What would make you happy? Are you happy in this relationship that you're in? Or do you want this other thing? Do you want to move on to something else? Do you want to take a chance to see what can make you happy? And I think that's what this is about. So interesting. It almost looks like, you know, those triangle UFOs? And you got the moon there, makes me think it's in space. I don't know, very bizarre. The mirror, I've never gotten that card before. Oh, and the mask. Yep. Well, that's just perfect, right? Because you've been wearing a mask. You've been wearing a mask in this other relationship for so long that you've actually disconnected from self. You've completely, well, not completely, but because you're coming out of it now, actually, but for a long time you lived with that mask on, not voicing your needs, not saying, you know, this bothers me or I want this. I think you kind of had someone else maybe in your life, or maybe just circumstances. Doesn't have to necessarily be a relationship. Could even be just your family or your culture, even your society, but something has been keeping you locked into something else that wasn't you. It wasn't who you truly were. And because of that, it blocked your abundance, but now that abundance is going to come with this unlocking. Now I really want to look at, yeah, because what is it? The initiations. I'm not as familiar with all of those, because they're sort of more concepts than they are objects, right? Is Kairos in here? My goodness, where are you? Kairos. Let's see. I don't know. I got the wrong number. No. That's so funny. I can't find it. Maybe I gotta really stick with my interpretation. Maybe that's what that means. Or is it the next page? Yes, it is. Mythic time synchronicity. Well, that's very Lionsgate, isn't it? Maybe something's going to happen around Lionsgate that is going to push this forward. Yeah, give you kind of a jump start with this. Maybe I'll just read it. We all have the experience of timelessness, of life beyond the ticking of the clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. This is known as mythic time, and it is a territory of Kairos. This card suggests that there's a second time continuum that goes beyond an earthly clock and schedule. A single moment ripens with auspiciousness, and our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. When this card appears, it is all about patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of inner knowing and not a moment longer. Okay, so I think maybe around Lionsgate you feel that there's going to be something big that happens, but and that may be very well be the case, but I think it's more so there's just going to be timing happening around this. I just want to look at Mirror as well, to be honest, because Mirror, I've never gotten Mirror. Yeah, the mirror. Okay. Reflection, illusion, looking glass. So this is talking about mirrors as portals. And there's trickster energy about it. But it's a lot about I just kind of glanced it, but I got the sense that this is about, you know, sometimes we can lose ourselves in an image that we see in the mirror and think that that's who we are, but it's really not on the physical external, it's internal. And that's what this, and pairing it with the mask here, it's like, you know, your true identity is being revealed. You're taking off the mask and you're looking in the mirror and you're seeing who you really are. You're seeing. I really do think this is angelic help here with Kairos, even though it's about mythic time and stuff, and timing, waiting for timing. I think that's, yeah, no, that fits perfectly with Michael, because I think angels making this work for you is actually, you know, you got to trust and have patience for it and let them unfold it as it will unfold. It's not going to be something that it's going to happen right on this date at this time. It's going to be as it unfolds. So don't get discouraged if, you know, nothing happens tomorrow, or it's just a normal day, or 'cause things are happening below the surface that are much deeper. Oh, excuse me. Oh, a lot of air coming up. Maybe you have a lot to say. Maybe you're going to say something finally to someone. You know, it can be little things, little subtle things that are indicative of big shifts. And, you know, maybe it's going to be an ordinary day, but there's actually going to be something subtle that happens that shifts with you. Or maybe there's going to be a realization for you. You're going to see something that gives you the courage to say what you're feeling in your heart. But overall, the general sense I have is that once you just embrace that and, you know, don't hold yourself back anymore and let this happen, everything good is going to come to you, because you can't stay stuck. You're ready to unleash your magic. Yeah, and your body's getting prepared. Yeah, so I think you're ready. Okay, that's the end of the reading, I think. So if you made it to the end, thank you for watching. And if you like my readings, you can subscribe and be notified when I release a new video. And I look forward to talking to you guys again. All right, take care.